I've turned powdered cornstarch into liquid form. Hi, this is Rozani, and welcome. Let me take you through a few steps. Cornstarch is more than just an ingredient. It's the start of creating a project with ease and anticipation, at least for myself. You'll notice as you work with it that it won't stick to your hands, yet it binds the paper fibers together and it creates a really nice papier mâché pulp for the shaping and the sculpting of your project. Here you can see where I've taken the dampened pulp and some skewers to break up the fibers, and I've added the liquid starch to it. Now there will be two applications of the liquid starch. I squeezed out the excess liquid starch at first, which I'm showing you here. And this was fairly thin, but it still is holding the fibers together. Now, I have done this back to back, so I haven't let it sit very long. Yet it soaks into the fibers just fine. And I'll continue on. I'm going to squeeze it a little more, but this time into this little bowl. Now it could remain damp because this is what we want. And once it's all nice and squeezed, I'll be able to put it all together in one big cluster. And after doing that, I can add more liquid starch. But it goes far beyond the liquid starch itself, because now it's turned into papier mâché. Let's see where we can go from here. And now I'm going to apply liquid starch for the second time, but this one is a little bit thicker. And I make a little well, and I stir it up, mixing it really nice. At first with the skewers, but now I'm going to use my fingers. And it feels really nice and soft, but it's all sticking together. If you have any bigger pieces, you can tear them a little bit further and stick them back in. But look how nicely everything is holding together. It begins to feel very clay-like, and it serves a similar purpose. Now here I'm testing it. If the skewer sticks and it stays without falling over, that means it's ready. And you could use a pencil or a toothpick, anything like that. But yeah, it's going to hold together nicely. So I'm making a little block, and I'll be setting that aside to use later. And I'm not going to be using it right away, so I will be putting it inside of a Ziploc bag. And I'll leave it at room temperature until I'm ready to work on it on the following day. I don't want to wait too long, and I don't want to waste any of it. So I only make enough that I'll need for the individual project for that short period of time. And it's a matter of experimenting. Now this seems to be working out nicely today on the second day. However, I do add more liquid starch to it, and that's what you have to experiment with by simply keeping a little bit of it on the side and then dabbing over your project with it, because it helps to smooth out the surface a little bit and keeps it sticking together. So my friends, if you're interested in working with liquid starch, you may want to try this and experiment with it at your own pace. Meanwhile, I do want to thank you for being here with me during this demonstration, and I hope that you'll keep me in mind for creating other projects. Please let me know in the comments below if you have any questions, and don't forget to check out the link in the description for how I make the liquid starch. Thanks again for being here, and I do hope to see you next time. So bye for now.